this is not safe at all. But it's a cool shot, right? With the mountain and the van. And so some of you will know that travel this year is very different than it used to be. There are not so many countries that are even open to travelers right now, but Mexico is one of them that is. Because of that, a lot of people I know right now in the travel industry have gone straight to Mexico. Places like Tulum and Cancun are very popular beach destinations. So naturally, being Dan from the New Travel, I flew to Mexico City and then I took a bus to the middle of nowhere. Speaking of buses, there's a loud bus passing by, so. Okay, so what am I doing in Mexico? What's the plan here? To begin to answer this, let me take you on a little tour. Let me take you on a little history lesson of my life. Back in 2013, I booked a ticket to South Korea where I had a job lined up as an English teacher. And I moved there for the next 8 months to a country that I didn't speak the language. I didn't know anything about the culture. I just had that instinct in me, that drive to explore. And a year later, I moved to France with the same intention, just to work a bit, save money, and all that money goes to traveling. And I worked as a bartender in Paris. And the year after that, I moved to Vietnam. And this time was a bit different because I didn't have a job lined up. I was trying to create my own job. You know, I've always loved to write, and I wanted to make it as a freelance writer. And Vietnam's a very cheap country, so I could afford to live there. But you see, I wasn't saving any money. I was just surviving. I had just picked up a little camera, a little point and shoot camera, and I started to film stuff, and I started to post those little videos on YouTube. And to my surprise, some people liked them. I was just posting them to show my mom that I was still alive, basically. I had no intention of becoming a travel YouTuber. Vietnam was fun, but after that, I really needed to make some money because I wasn't making much as a writer. So I moved back to Canada. By this point, I'd met Nari, my girlfriend, and we moved together to Vancouver. My life story is long, like most people's life story, but long story short, after that, after saving some money, we moved together to Costa Rica. And after Costa Rica, we moved together to Mexico. And I only planned to spend a month or two in Mexico City, actually. I just, I didn't know much about Mexico. I knew it as a country of beach resorts, and that's about it. Like, I grew up on Taco Bell in Canada. I didn't know much about real Mexico, that's for sure. But then something really interesting happened in Mexico. I kind of fell in love with this country. I think by going to Mexico City, I got to see a side of it most people don't see. The idea of staying for 1 or 2 months quickly became 6 months, which quickly became a year. I made about 100 videos in Mexico. And in the meantime, my YouTube audience grew a lot. Mexico is when this whole travel channel thing turned from a fun hobby that might make me a few bucks on the side to, this is a job now. Like, I have an audience who's waiting for my next video. I'm making money. This is good. But I guess all good things must come to an end because we missed Canada. And for various reasons, we went back to Canada. We eventually moved to Montreal. And since then, I've done more traveling. Because my audience grew, I was able to do things that the kid who started this channel in Vietnam could have never dreamed of, which is working with tourism boards and travel companies that have sent me to places like Brazil and Kazakhstan and India. Then 2020 hit, and well, you know the rest. It felt like I had just reached my dream job, like the thing I would have given, my left leg for 5 years ago. I was finally in that position, and then that was taken away by this invisible virus thing. And it was hard. I fell into a depression. I experimented with all kinds of random videos on this channel, but I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I didn't know what you guys wanted to see. And generally, like, people weren't searching for travel videos because no one's traveling anymore. So financially, it's been a hard year too. That brings me here today to Mexico. Things are opening up again. Mexico's open to tourism. But at the same time, like, the threat, the virus isn't gone. So it's a weird time for travel. And I want to take health precautions as serious as I can, which is part of the reason I'm not in a big city right now. So I can just be away and do my own thing. But the other reason is I'm working on a big project right now. I'm actually writing a book about the year I spent living in Mexico and about my experience as a long-term traveler and just everything that's happened on this journey. Because I don't know what the future will bring. Maybe in 2021 travel will be normal again. Maybe it won't be. Maybe it'll take quite a bit of time, and maybe I won't survive and I'll have to get a, like a real job, as they call it. But I don't mean to keep going back to my problems, because everyone's got problems. My point is just to explain that I'm here for a very specific reason, which is to fulfill my lifelong dream of writing a book. 2020 is a strange year that teaches you a lot about yourself if you let it. And what I learned this year is that what I really love doing is telling stories. And I want to share that experience through a little book. I don't know who will read it, I don't know, but I want to do it for myself before anything else. That's my life here. I wake up and I write in the mornings, and I get some groceries or I get some tacos when I go to town sometimes, but I have a pretty simple life here. Maybe I'll make a video showing my daily routine. Would that interest you guys? Show you what the simple life here in my Mexican house is like. Hey guys, it's a couple days later. You can probably tell because I haven't shaved. But there's one important thing that I didn't mention in the video when I filmed it that I need to say. Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone in Mexico for your support through these years, because I still see the comments from people. I still see, like, yeah, to be honest, like, the new travel would never be what it is without Mexico. I kind of got into that with the story I told of the journey of this channel. But what I didn't say is how much it warms my heart to see your comments and your support through all these years. So Mexico is a very special place for me. And even though this trip is more about the book, I'm going to do my best to share some videos that capture the spirit of this country. They just might take a bit longer than usual to film. Like, for example, this morning, I just finished my 3 hours of, like, morning writing. That's what I've been trying to do, wake up and write for 3 good hours every morning. It's challenging and it's rewarding, and it feels good to go over all my memories of my time in Mexico. It's always been a second home for me. Even though this is a weird time, it definitely feels like second home right now. I also have a second channel, by the way, called Dan Vineberg. You can check that channel out if you're looking for more content in the meantime. I'm mostly going over old footage I have and, like, adding some chill music and just, like, sharing things I've never shared before. It's kind of cool going back and starting a new channel. It reminds me of the old days, like back when I was in Vietnam, just starting this channel, and you're not thinking about, will this get a lot of views? Will this make money? You're just doing it because it feels good to create something. Hey everyone, how you doing? I'm Dan from the new travel. Probably imagine the south of India to be really hot, so that's where the monkey was. Hey, we're not at the top yet, come on.
Very nice, huh?
Oh, it's amazing.
That's amazing.
The architecture here is, it's incredible. I'm trying to get back to that. I think I kind of lost my way a bit over this past year. Maybe the whole world has kind of lost its way. I mean, it's been a confusing year for most of us. And I'm just experiencing this life like everyone else, but I'm excited to be back in Mexico. I'm excited to be continuing this journey. Look at this place. There's my house. That's the view that's inspiring me to write this book. Now I just gotta put in the work, I guess. Wish me luck. I'll see you next time. This video has been sponsored by Valentina Hot Sauce, the #1 hot sauce in Mexico. Just kidding. Could you imagine?